What's up, guys? Welcome back to ManCave Collectibles, coming at you today with another figure review. Today we're going to take a look at the Golden Axe Battler from Storm Collectibles. This is a figure that I kind of skipped out on originally when it released, and I've kind of gotten into retro video gaming here lately, and it's kind of brought my attention back around to this figure from Storm Collectibles. I am a big fan of Storm Collectibles, and have always been very happy with my purchases. We found this on a local toy hunt at one of our local toy shops here in my area for retail price, and figured it was time to go ahead and bring this guy into our collection. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the packaging on this. We kind of got that artwork here that's very reminiscent of the original video game, some artwork of the character from the game himself. This side we have a product image of the Axe Battler as well as his dragon. And then on the back, some additional product images of some of the accessories that he has, as well as kind of showing that he can ride this dragon also. This side has the same product image as the other. And back around to the front. Let's go ahead and crack this guy out of his packaging and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got the Axe Battler and his dragon out of the packaging, and man, let me tell you, the dragon is larger than I originally thought he was going to be. I guess because the way they had him in the package, the tail was not connected. Right here at the articulation point, they had that tail separated in the packaging, so it really is deceivable how big this guy is. And we'll do some size comparisons a little later on to kind of give you more perspective. Let's go ahead and jump into the accessories. So there's not a ton of accessories with this 2-pack. We'll start off with the dragon's accessories first. He comes with just the fireball. That's it. Now, as far as, really what or how you get this fireball to pose with him and, and look accurate, I don't really know. On the back, it kind of shows it floating in air, as a projectile from his mouth, but there's no, portholes anywhere on this that I can see, and there is no stand or anything in the packaging that, would hold this up. We see sometimes with Storm Collectibles, when you see the effects with some of the video game figures, they'll have some type of a stand that you can use to kind of hold this up like a clear stand. But I don't see anything like that. It looks fantastic. It is translucent plastic, kind of a soft plastic, so you're not going to have to worry about it breaking or chipping off. But it looks great. I'm just not real sure how we get this to function with our dragon. Everything else from an accessory standpoint is for the Axe Battler. So he's got two kind of semi-relaxed hands here, just flesh tone, two open palm hands, and then two holding hands here. So this would be what he uses to hold his sword. And then you can see straight out of the packaging, we do have just two fist hands. You can also see straight out of the packaging, we have just a stoic facial expression there on the head that he comes with in the package. He also receives an additional head here, which has more of a grimacing, angry face. This may be the one that I use for my display, but it looks really nice. The hair is real nicely sculpted. It is soft, so it'll help with that articulation some. Got the eyes painted in there. Kind of look like a blue color. Got that hair kind of coming down over the forehead. And then the last accessory for this 2-pack is his sword, which is probably one of the most key elements of the entire package. It is a really nice chrome painted sword. Has some nice detail down on the handle area there where it's kind of got a gold with a little bit of kind of like gunmetal gray maybe, kind of laid over the top of it, and then some gold. This design here is actually sculpted on. It's not painted, so it's raised. You can fit. It's really nice. It has a very nice feel and a nice look to it. Nice and straight out of the package. Always important for your accessories. All right, let's take a look at these guys. So this dragon just looks fantastic. I'll kind of show him to you there from the front. I mean, he's just a really nice looking addition to this. You can see him there. So just to take kind of a really detailed look at this guy, looks like we do have some articulation there in that mouth, so that's nice. But man, just look at the detail and the, the paint work that was done here with the fading from yellow into the orange. I mean, just looks amazing. Got the nice strap. The strap is a really, really pliable plastic, but It gives off a really nice impression of like a leather strap there for him. Goes up and around. Got some gunmetal gray paint there on the ring. Got a real nice scaly feel to him. All that is sculpted in. This is definitely my biggest surprise kind of this 2-pack. Now, one area, you know, where some improvement probably could have been made is from kind of the pelvic area of the dragon to the tail. You can see how the coloration is a good bit different. There's not really a transition. Like here in the legs, they did a little better job here of kind of transitioning from that darker kind of color on to a lighter color as you go down the leg. Here, it's just kind of like dark, and then bam, you got a line, and then kind of that lighter color red. So they could have did a little better probably from that standpoint. Saddle looks really nice. Got some nice, this is a soft plastic here, but it's painted so well. Kind of looks like it was hard plastic, but it's just painted kind of a gunmetal gray. One thing to note on our dragon, I was not able to get him just to stand freely. You know, he kind of needs that tail in order to keep himself up. He's a very solid and heavy figure, so I had to kind of pose him in a way that the tail would kind of, you know, act as, you know, somewhat of a kickstand. Let's go ahead and bring in our Axe Battler, take just a closer look at him. This is a really simple figure. You know, really the only color that we have are the boots, the gauntlets here, and then around kind of the pants area. Kind of reminds me a little bit of our Honda figure the other day we looked at. He was mostly flesh tone outside of just, you know, his skirt or whatever you call that thing that Honda wears. But you can see here, boots all blue, got a little bit of silver accenting there in the front. The gauntlets are just painted on, from what I can tell. That's not like a separate piece of plastic or anything. It's just painted around the forearm. And then these painted with some silver and blue. He does have his chain there around his neck, painted in silver. Looks really nice. Now, as far as just kind of covering quick articulation on this guy, very reminiscent of most any Storm Collectibles that we have kind of in this size, but up and down, 360 around. We do have a little bit of a butterfly joint in there. Get those shoulders up to there with no problem. Back and forth in that butterfly. Swivel there at the bicep, double jointed elbows. Can get past 90, not a ton, kind of bulky with the muscles there. Nothing in the forearm. Got your standard articulation there in the wrist. Plenty of movement. Have a nice ab crunch there. But when you do, it does open up in the back. And crunch back pretty good. Twist there, twist here. More crunch right there in the waist area. We can get our legs out to about right there. Real good range of motion there for him with that. We can swivel at the top of that thigh there, but no actual thigh cut. Double jointed knees gives you tons of range of motion there. And we do have a cut right at the top of the calf. And then plenty of ankle articulation, as we typically see, toe pivot, you know, on Storm Collectibles. One thing, you know, you won't ever hear most of us complaining about with Storm Collectibles are the articulation. It's smooth, straight out of the packaging, just not much you can complain about. Try to cover articulation on this guy. As far as the head there, up and down, no problem. Get some side to side. Can twist some. It's a little hindered by the horns there and the spikes on the back. We know we got articulation there. We've already looked at that. A little bit of articulation here at the top of the neck, or the bottom of the neck. Whoop, that does slip off there. Didn't slide on quite as easy as I thought it might, but ball peg might be slightly loose there. As far as getting those arms out, we can get them out to maybe about right there with not much stress. Single jointed elbows on both of the wrist here. We do have pretty much just your normal wrist articulation, forward, back. That popped off as well. Some of these are just easy to pop off, which is a good and a bad thing. You rather them do that than just break off on you. But you don't want to, you know, come off too easy. As far as the legs, we can get them back there, up to about right there. Single jointed knees. And then a little bit of play here at the upper ankle. You can see that. And then toe articulation there. Looks like we don't really have any Yeah, we don't really have much in the ankle outside of just that forward and back. So, but you know, at the same time, you don't need a ton of articulation in this guy here. That's not really, I don't think, probably what their intentions were for him. I will say, in order to get him to stand, there's pretty much this pose. That's kind of it. I just tried to do a little off camera there. I tried to do a little bit of kind of additional posing or moving these legs up more or back more. You pretty much have to have it posed in a fashion that the tail can be used as that kickstand in order to keep him upright. Let's go ahead and swap out a few of the hands and head. Put that sword in Axe Battler's hand. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so there's our Axe Battler with just a few of the accessories kind of swapped out. The holding hand, got the sword there. Went ahead with the alternate kind of grimacing face. I really like that look right there. However, I'm probably going to have this guy on the back of the dragon, kind of something like that. So I can probably clean that up just a little bit and make it look a little better. But you can kind of get the feel for what we've got going on here. So let's go ahead and bring in a couple other figures for size comparison. All right, guys, so here's a couple other Storm Collectibles figures. We got our Cyrex from Mortal Kombat and our recently reviewed E Honda figure from Street Fighter. E Honda's a big figure, and you can just see how big this dragon is. Your Axe Battler, you know, is going to be about the same, you know, height as E Honda there. Let's go ahead and we'll put a measure here. So right to the top of that horn, you're looking at right at about 10 inches for our dragon figure, which is just phenomenal. For them to be able to fit that into that box, I'm still kind of blown away and amazed. It really filled in the back portion of that box, but you just really can't understand and respect how big this guy is until you actually get him out and see that they have him separated into two pieces to kind of fit him into that box. But man, just such a great addition here. Storm Collectibles bringing in the Axe Battler for their Golden Axe line of 7-inch figures. I believe we have a Death Adder coming as a pre-order right now, so you can always go check that out at Big Bad Toy Store. There's a link in my description, so certainly go check that out. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments of this Golden Axe figure. Was Golden Axe a video game you played back in your childhood, or is it something you even enjoy playing nowadays? I didn't actually play Golden Axe until here recently. I kind of got into some retro gaming, and I had a lot of folks recommending, hey, you got to play Golden Axe. I don't know how we missed it as a kid. I played everything else way too much, but somehow Golden Axe never really got on my radar. However, after playing it, I can see how it has really stood the test of time and has kind of went down as one of the better all-time kind of beat-em-up style games. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this review video. Also, if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. Would love to have you as part of the ManCave Collectibles team. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time.
Stop. Don't stop. Don't